If you hear someone counting down outside your house before midnight on New Year's Eve and they pause on your number, don't answer. Don't open your curtains. Don't make a sound. They aren't celebrating. They're verifying. I didn't know that last year. I thought I was just having the worst New Year's Eve of my life. I live in a small rental house outside Marquette, Michigan. It sits on a wooded dead-end road where snow piles up fast and nobody bothers plowing until morning. My closest neighbor is far enough away that their porch light looks like a lonely star through the trees. I'd just moved in that fall after a breakup, and I barely knew anyone in town yet. I wasn't planning to go out. It was already snowing heavy, the kind that eats sound. I microwaved leftover pizza, poured a drink, and put a football game on low. By 8 p.m., the world outside my windows looked like it had been erased, just white and shadow. At 8:17, someone knocked on my back door. Not the front, the back. 3 light taps, like someone testing the door instead of trying to be heard. I froze on the couch. Nobody uses that door. You have to walk through deep snow and a narrow tree line to get there. I stayed quiet. The knocking stopped. A minute later, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. It just said, "You home?" My chest tightened. I didn't respond. At 8:31, the knocks came again. Same pattern, same soft pressure, not asking to be let in, just making sure the door was there. I finally stood and whispered, "Who is this?" A woman answered through the door. Her voice was calm, almost bored. "We're marking houses," she said. "Marking for what?" I asked. "For rollover," she replied. My phone buzzed again. "We don't have you yet." "I'm not interested," I said. "Please leave." There was a pause. Then she said, "You're still active. We can't leave until you're cleared." I backed away slowly. The porch light outside my back door flicked off. Then the one by my driveway went out too. The house was suddenly surrounded by darkness. At 9:02, my heater shut off. The air inside my house went quiet and cold, and my breath started fogging in front of my face. My phone buzzed again. "Your number hasn't been called." "What number?" I whispered. There was no reply. Then I heard it. From somewhere in the woods behind my house, a low voice started counting. 34, 35, 36. Each number was slow, measured, getting closer. My stomach dropped when I realized it was counting up, not down. At 9:19, my power flickered. The TV went black. The microwave clock reset. Outside, the counting kept coming. 41, 42. I backed into my bedroom and locked the door, even though I knew it wouldn't stop anything. My phone vibrated again. "You are next." 47, I whispered. "Next for what?" 48. The voice was closer now, just outside my backyard fence. My phone buzzed. Final verification. 49. I covered my ears and slid down against the bed, shaking. 50, the voice said, right behind my house. The back door handle slowly turned. The power went completely out. My phone screen glowed in the darkness. Verified. Happy New Year. At the exact same second, fireworks exploded in the distance. Bright flashes lit my bedroom through the curtains. Somewhere far away, people were cheering. The heater roared back on. The TV turned itself back on in the living room. Everything in my house came back to life at once. I stayed locked in my bedroom until the sun came up. When I finally opened the back door, the snow outside was perfectly smooth. No footprints, no marks, except for a small red number spray painted on my fence. 50, I repainted the fence in spring. But sometimes, late at night, I still hear slow counting in the woods and my phone will light up for no reason at all. We will call again. At exactly 11:57 p.m. on New Year's Eve, my bathroom mirror showed someone standing behind me. I was alone in my apartment. I live on the 3rd floor of a small complex in Toledo, Ohio. The kind of place where the walls are thin, the neighbors keep to themselves, and the hallways always smell faintly like cleaning solution and old carpet. I'd spent the night cleaning, telling myself I'd start the new year with a fresh place and a clear head. No parties, no friends over, just quiet and sleep. By 11:45 p.m., I was brushing my teeth in front of the bathroom sink. My phone was on the counter playing a live stream of Times Square. You could hear the crowd chanting in the background. I leaned forward to rinse, then looked back up. Someone was standing in the mirror behind me. They weren't in my bathroom. I didn't hear a door open. I didn't hear footsteps. They were just there, reflected behind my left shoulder. A tall figure, long dark coat, face hidden in shadow. I froze, staring into my own reflection, my mouth still full of toothpaste foam. I didn't move. The figure didn't move either. My phone buzzed on the counter. Unknown number. I didn't look down. My eyes stayed locked on the mirror. The text read, "You are early." My heart slammed so hard it hurt. I slowly turned around. My bathroom was empty. The door was still closed. The hallway light was off. Nothing looked disturbed. I turned back to the mirror. The figure was still there, standing closer now. I whispered, "Who are you?" My phone buzzed again. "We handled the crossover." "What crossover?" No reply. The figure lifted one long arm in the mirror and slowly pointed at my reflection. At me. I stepped back, bumping into the counter. My elbow hit my phone and almost knocked it to the floor. The live stream in Times Square continued playing, people chanting numbers, unaware of what was happening in my bathroom. I typed, "What do you want?" The response took a few seconds. "Your replacement." My stomach twisted. "Replacement for what?" I whispered. The mirror figure tilted its head slightly. My phone vibrated again. The last tenant did not complete their year. I remembered the landlord mentioning that the woman who lived here before me moved out suddenly in January. He said she left in a rush and never came back for her deposit. My reflection in the mirror suddenly blinked. I hadn't blinked. I raised my hand. My reflection did not. The figure in the mirror stepped closer to the glass. Its face stayed hidden, but I could feel it staring at me. My phone buzzed again. "You have been selected for rollover." "What does that mean?" I whispered. The mirror rippled slightly like water disturbed by a stone. From inside the glass, a faint knocking sound started. Soft, patient. 3 taps. My phone vibrated. "You are being prepared." The knocking came again. My chest felt tight. My hands were shaking so badly I had to brace myself on the counter. I backed slowly toward the bathroom door and tried the handle. Locked. I hadn't locked it. The mirror knocking grew louder. The figure's hand pressed flat against the inside of the glass. I could see long fingers, distorted like they were being stretched. My phone buzzed again. Final minutes approaching. "What happens at midnight?" I whispered. A pause. Then, "One of you crosses." The chanting on my phone grew louder. 10, 9. I shook my head. "I'm not doing anything." My reflection smiled. I wasn't smiling. 8, 7. The mirror surface began to ripple again. The figure's arm pushed halfway through the glass like it was thick liquid, dripping faint reflections that vanished before they hit the sink. 6. My phone vibrated violently. "You may still switch places willingly." "No," I said. 5. The bathroom light flickered. The figure leaned forward, its head nearly touching the glass. 4. My reflection's smile stretched wider than my face could physically do. 3. I slammed my shoulder into the door. It didn't move. 2. The mirror cracked. A thin black line split across it, spreading like veins. 1. Fireworks exploded faintly outside my building. Midnight. The lights went out. The mirror went black. My phone screen went blank. The bathroom door unlocked. I collapsed against it and burst into the hallway, gasping. The apartment was silent, normal, warm. I ran outside into the snow barefoot, not stopping until my lungs burned. I didn't go back inside until morning. When I finally did, the bathroom mirror was gone, not broken. Gone. Just an empty patch of wall where it used to hang. The landlord says he never installed a mirror there. But every year, on December 31st at 11:57 p.m., my phone lights up with a message from an unknown number. We are ready to continue. And I don't own a mirror anymore.